These three men are at the topic of the conversation, and it's probably for the reason that you think it is. Well, if you've been hiding under a rock, there was some allegations about Dr. Disrespect maybe a couple months ago, sometime late last year, but he's come to get revenge on those that he didn't think was defending him properly. I'm Jibril. Let's get right into the video. Dr. Disrespect recently came out with this video.
The biggest fucking pussy in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass. He's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Never didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these fucking people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest fucking phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to, though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those two people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some fucking low budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like, who does that?
Now, already you're starting to see a little bit of hostility, and he's pretty much just referencing how Nick went on this podcast once upon a time and talked about the stuff between him and Dr. Disrespect, the entire situation, but that's not it.
And then Lupo's screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, like, he's always copied us, transitions, intros, all that stuff. He's always has. Like, I just gotta go and I'm just gonna release some stuff off my mind. Just don't know who, like, the type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that. Like, you just gotta be, you're lost. You don't do that. Time out. No, especially when you don't know shit. No one does. Fucking rat, what he is. Lupo, fake phony rat. There's a lot of people that but that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family. Right? They know what I'm about, you know? You know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated fucking narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the fuck do we admit? Some jokes and bannering? That's what we said. Wake up. We didn't admit nothing.
Okay, first of all, he did actually admit, he had a tweet whenever all this was going out, and he actually said that he may have had a few inappropriate texts with somebody who he did not know was of age. And that's kind of what Nickmercs means. He didn't necessarily mean, hey, you admitted to complete guilt, but he was saying, like, you admitted to having those conversations.
Now you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little fucking depressed, deep-eyed slasher. All these people, right? These people we can't relate to, and it's unfortunate. But the real truth, like after that, it was revealed. Look at these fucking fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even fucking. Give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever. Let's talk about it. Explain it in a couple minutes. Boom, that's it. But they never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, you know, made a mistake. Boom, let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right? That's how I deal with shit, right?
I gotta be tripping because that's a little weird for you to even want them to come on and apologize. I'm not really sure what their relationship is, like how close they are as friends, but you actually put out the tweet saying what could happen and what would have happened with the people that you know you were close to. You end up dragging them down. Apparently, there was a group text where you told them, "Hey, sorry for getting you guys into this BS." They have every right within, they have every right to not want to associate with you no more. It's really not that big of a deal for them to come on and make a public apology.
Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, boom, you move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic, bunch of fucking pussies, it's what it is. Like, I'm rolling, man. But you know what's gonna happen? Xerato's gonna write their little article. Fuck, dude. What the fuck? Jake Lucky's going, oh man, did you get it? And then what's his partner's name, who's like a hardcore liberal dude? They're all kind of hardcore, but like, what's his...
Oh God, what the fuck did he say? Dude, he's just stirring the pot again. Is it true? Is it his numbers are down? Is it because, well, maybe, is it because he's not getting any sponsorships, or is there no game campaigns? Does any of his friends play with him anymore?
As you can see, he was absolutely going off. He had a right, in his own way, to go at everybody who was dragging his name through the mud if, for whatever reason, those allegations weren't true. Not really sure on how that actually ended up happening, the legal side or anything, but he was definitely coming at everybody. Because at the end of the day, if something like that happens and you have a whole bunch of people against you, and some of the people that you chill with every day, you hang out with every day, like he mentioned, he's seen his mom, his daughter, his kids. So they're supposed to be supportive of him, and supportive they kind of weren't. But Nickmercs actually came on the podcast, and well, he actually came on his own show, his own stream, and actually spoke on it. Let's watch.
Instagram DMs and YouTube comments saying, Nick, you're a terrible friend. You should have stuck by this guy when he needed you. You, Tim, Z-Laner, you guys made a huge mistake. You should have waited for the facts. You should have called him and talked to him. Look, we had a short, quick conversation. He sent a text to the boys and I, and he apologized for us ever being dragged into this. And it pretty much ended right there. That same day, he had put out his tweet. And in that tweet, he had admitted to sending inappropriate texts or whatever to a minor. Those were his words. Not mine, not Tim's, not whoever.
As you can see, Nick already kind of explained the situation in his head. Some things were happening and he was sticking by his friend. And then after Dr. Disrespect came out with that text, actually saying some stuff, and according to a couple people, the text was actually edited a few times. I'm not really sure if he was trying to fix some typos or if Dr. Disrespect realized that he probably didn't need to come out and say a few things, but the text was edited a few times. So Nick Merckx, from what I remember, was standing by him, actually was making sure that everybody was waiting for the facts to come out. He actually was getting a lot of hate online. I remember reading some comments, some of people who was posting toward Nick Merck saying, "Oh, I can't believe you're supporting this" and stuff like that. But whenever the facts came out, it put him in a really rough position. Like you said, the sponsors, whatever the sponsors may be, they don't like that type of stuff. They don't like that type of heat. So it's really important for you to stay out of the way. But he did stick his neck out for a considerable amount of time. I'm not really sure the time frame, but it may have been a couple days. But he definitely stood by him. This is actually the clip of Nick speaking on that subject in the podcast.
It's a tough one.
And you obviously know him personally. Good dude.
I know him personally. I do. I mean, we met in person twice, briefly, and we've played a lot of games together throughout the years. People think that we're like best friends. That's not true. And then people also say, oh, they only gamed a couple times. I mean, that's not true either. We're somewhere in the center. The internet's canceling this guy. Everybody's like, oh, Nick, how about this guy? This is your boy, huh? I go on, I say, listen, man, I understand what people are saying. Let's wait till we get some facts, and then we'll make a decision. So I waited.
And two, you're not.
And I got a bunch of shit for waiting. Everyone's like, fuck you, man. Speak out on your boy. What the fuck, man? I mean, I got railed on social, but I was the only one that didn't. So I waited because of this tweet, which is now deleted, by the way. And it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, this motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. Go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out. This sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously, and we're gonna cut ties. And we don't condone or agree with anything like this. They're not happy with that either.
Why are they not happy with it?
Because so you can go hard on to leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. The fuck do you want, man? I said I don't condone it. It's disgusting.
Cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done. So weeks go by. This guy deletes that tweet and then says that it was all a joke. He put out that tweet as bait to see who his real friends are.
Obviously, all around lies and misinformation around this entire subject. But my job is to make sure that you stay informed, not necessarily make real strong opinions on the entire situation. To the next video, Fear Jibril out.